All right. Thank you all. We are live. We are streaming. For those of you who are on Zoom, can you hear me? Let me hear you make a little noise just for the people here.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? All right. Thank you all. So, thank you all. Live. We are streaming. Okay. Can y'all still hear me on the Zoom?
Yes.
Yes.
Give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. So what I have to do is I have to cut mine off. And now I just need to know if somebody can log on to Dr. Mike Favors YouTube channel, make sure the sound quality is good over there. And then we're going to get into it. And we got some good information for you all tonight. So I hope you all are ready. Let me just say this for all of you all on YouTube. We have a studio audience here. And so sometimes I'm going to be addressing them. So if I don't talk directly to you, don't feel bad. We got you. We're good. Okay, so that's all I had to do was cut that and hit my sound button on the computer. Okay. I'm good on that. All right, so y'all, hey, this is it. Y'all know what we do here. This is our Sunday evening network mixer, and we got business and entrepreneurs here in the building. And we also got some coming on the screen, which you all can see, or some of you might not be able to see because they're not showing their face, but that's okay. So we're going to get into this. Now, last month, we had an ability to, last month we spoke about the mindset of, excuse me, I'll just make sure I get clear some of these things out the way. We spoke about the mindset of an entrepreneur in terms of the Sunday, in terms of the vision, what type of business, the passion, what type of purpose you have, what was your niche, y'all remember? Yes? Yes, y'all gotta wake up now, come on, we're here now. Okay, so in talking about the mindset of a six-figure income, I want you all to write this down. The mindset of a six-figure now, I'm talking about 6 digits and better. Whether that's a year, whether it's multiple six-figure in a year, or 6 figures for the whole year, still good. Can you do that, please? What you want to realize is this, you all. The key thing that we look for, and please write this down, is results. Now, we're talking about rapid results, okay? So I don't want to have to go back because you can look at the other videos about the stick man and the mindset and how you impress the information down. We broke that down last time and did it very well. So you can go back and look at some of the previous videos for that. But in terms of results, you want to have rapid results. So I want you to understand that in order to get these type of rapid results, we got to pay attention to a few key things. And the first thing I want you to write down is the numbers. You have to pay attention to the numbers, meaning how many people are you touching? How many people do you want to touch? How many people are in that niche that you want to enter into? This is what six-figure earners, millionaires, honestly, I could have did that. This is what we think about. How big is our reach? How big is influence? How many potential prospects, clients, and lead offers do you have access to? So whether it's through a Facebook group, whether it's through online, whether it's through your email list, whether it's through some of these and those who in the club who signed up with me in that marketing class, you are going to hear this being talked about all week next week. Now, number one, the numbers, you got to pay attention to the numbers. It's all about data, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Number two is, how many offers are you making with your business? I want to tell you something. It's a numbers game. So rule of thumb, I learned a lot of this information I told y'all in network marketing. And subsequently, the fastest way, according to Jim Rohn, rest his soul, Robert Kiyosaki, Bob Proctor, rest his soul, even John Maxwell, David Emenicier, quickest way to get to $100,000 is through network marketing, peer-to-peer marketing. Now, in some circles, that sounds like a bad word. But the reality of it is, how else? Think about this, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm looking for one for us right now, to be honest with you, because how else can you make money, earn while you're learning? These network marketing companies have leaders that get together with the team, teach you, strategize, do the heavy lifting for you. They house all your product, and all you got to do is invite a few people. I'm telling you, I'm telling you too, man, it's the easiest, quickest way. And all you got to do is talk to some people. It's a numbers game. So how many people can you talk to? Well, then you got to go meet some new people. Now, you can either do it all by yourself and learn how to do product distribution and all that, or you can go get with a nice company and get paid to share and to do their product. And if you think I'm tripping, people say, well, network marketing don't last long. Well, go talk to them ladies driving that pink Cadillac. Mary Kay been around for a long time. And they be gripping and dipping with the pink Cadillacs. Boy, I be cracking up better. You can't tell them nothing. But that's the culture. And you would be surprised how many people fall in love and use those products continuously. So anyway, how many offers are you making? If you're making 100 offers a month, you need to now start making 100 offers a week. There's 100 offers a week. You need to put out there 100 offers a day. If you really want to scale, and I'm serious, I'm gonna show you all some numbers. I'm gonna show you all some numbers with one of my books that went. Book was $10. Y'all do this math. If I had a product in $10 back in 2015 and 1,000 people paid $10 for that book, how much money is that? Yeah. So off a small little 30-page book, you telling me I can boom 10 grand if 1,000 people buy that book? Now, what if we circulate that book and make more offers and 10,000 people buy that book? Then what? Your life has changed, isn't it? That's 6 figures, isn't it? One piece. We need some book. You need to have an offer. Now, number 3, how many conversions are you making from your offers that you are producing? These are just a few key things. If you want to be in business, see, many people think you can just go to Facebook, put up something. Y'all, how many times do y'all see me post a week? Every day. And I'm not doing it enough, because real marketers, they posting 3 times a day, 4. Why? Because you got different time zones. So you got people who hitting at 8 in the morning, you got people hitting at lunchtime, people hitting in the evening. But then what about those people abroad? See, over in South Africa, they 6 hours behind. New Zealand, they're almost a 24-hour day behind. Y'all see? So if you're really gonna grind out this thing, that's why I tell you, entrepreneurship, you all, it requires work, but it's so fulfilling when you get on the other side of it. But the reason why many people don't go into it, because they don't have the mindset to say, I want to be in control of my own destiny. Y'all with me? Okay. Now, number 4 is, how many sales are you getting a month, a week, in a day? If you do the math, to make $100,000, what's $100,000 divided by 12? Do calculate, y'all. $100,000 divided by 12. Y'all should know that, because I teach y'all all the time that if you get to 10K, that's your sweet spot. 10K a month is $120,000 a year. That should have been easy. $8,000, that's a month, right? Now divide $8,000 by 4 weeks. Roughly $2,000 and some change a week. Now, how many days in a week? 7 days. Divide 2,000 by 7 days. So you mean tell me all I need to do is make $285 every day for 1 week? I'm close to 2 grand. Do that every day or every week, and I can clear 8 G's. That don't sound like a whole lot of money. Now do it. Because we just broke it down to the small piece. Now, Bob used to teach us all the time. Hey, break those large numbers down into sizable amounts that you can chew. So at $280, that's a program. Let's say you write a book, get a program together. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm gonna roll with it. You write your book, develop a program around it, and you charge $299. All you need to do is sell one program a day. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? That's not that hard when you know how to do it. So all of this, all of this combined equals rapid results for the six-figure income earner entrepreneur. That's why you always see, hey, any opportunity I get, once again, my mentors say, you need to be selling something every day. At least making an offer, have multiple, so that you can let people decide where they are, where they want to be. Notice, we'll talk about this toward the end, but the Success Club. Success Club ain't number $21 a month because that's where some people are. And they just want to have access, right, to this type of teaching. But then you got other ones who want to go deeper. So we got something for the next level. Now we're getting ready to roll out something. You all seen the post. I did what I told you all to do. I said, go out there and do some recon. I went on Facebook and put up a post. I just helped the client increase their credit score almost 60 points in 30 days. Do you see how many hits I got? Now ask me how many people called me making sad like, I didn't know you did that. Do you got a site? Do you got a class? Do you got a course already? So guess what's getting ready to happen? Well, sure. Well, we pump those out. Now, the reality of it is, it's all here. I didn't go through a organized program to learn how to do it. Did it organically with me and my wife first and found out that it was actually not that hard. Hardest thing was discipline and consistency. What's our tagline? Go get it. You want it, go get it. And consistency is the key. Anything you do consistently over a small amount of time is going to amass to something great. Okay? Y'all got that? So now, before we get to the results, we have to determine if what you have is of value. Because you got to understand, people pay for what they value. Hope you got it. People pay for what they value. I'm gonna say that again. People pay for what they value. Let me see this purse right here, favor. Can you move it any lower? Why do people pay in excess $2,000, $3,000 for these purses? For a purse like this? Huh? Is it? It's just a little leather, some zippers. What you got here, girl? A strap. Got a strap, tricky time teeth. Y'all know what I'm talking about? What's so special about this purse?
Well, it wears very well.
It's what's so special about it is how people value it. What y'all laughing, man? It is a status. It's quality. Don't get me wrong, okay? But at the end of the day, same thing that other things have. We put value on it, so it's valuable. I want y'all to understand this now. So your job as an entrepreneur to scale to six figure is to find what's most valuable, not to yourself, but to the people. Now, this is one of the problems that we have, you all, is people fall in love with their product, and your product can quickly lose value in the sights of the people. Kanye brought value. They cut ties, stocks tanked. Okay? And that's not a secret, that's open news, so YouTube, don't cut me off, but that's just the truth. What we value, what we put stock in, I'm gonna tell you, your cultural dollars are major for companies and corporations. There are a lot of dollars in the African-American culture. I need you all to understand that. So if what you have, okay, this is how you know it's value. Y'all ready? How you know it's valuable? It's valuable if what you have creates an easier life for someone else. That's number one. Does what you have, whatever you're offering, be it a business, service, product, whatever, does it create an easier life for someone? If you can help me create an easier life, I'll pay for that. If you can find a way to make my day easier to help lessen the load, I will pay you for that. Now, number two is, does it solve a problem? But does it solve a problem quickly? So you can solve a problem, but if it takes too long, I might not pay for that. Take too long. Hey man, I can show you how to make $1 million. No, I can show you how to make 10 grand a month. It's gonna take you 3 years. That's too long, man. I'm gonna get a regular job and say that and do that in 3 years. Or I can stumble upon that and find out myself. But if I can show you how to make 6 figures and cut that down, say to a program in 12 months, you'll come up with 5 grand to pay for that, won't you? Come on, talk to me. Yes, you will. I did. I sure did. So if what you have creates an easier life for someone or it solves a problem quickly, then it's valuable to me. And guess what, you all? People don't necessarily pay for convenience or looks or stature as much as they pay for value. So then you'll put your child in a private school and pay thousands of dollars if it adds value and give that child more opportunity in life, will you not? Now, there could be a public school right down the street that got one of the best teachers in the city. But if you don't see value, you're not going to send your child to that school. So once you find something valuable, you have to do what? You got to sell it. Earl Nightingale said this, and I concur. The people who always get ahead in life and make the most money are the ones who master the skill of sales. You can have the best pie, but if you don't master sales, no one is going to know about it. How did Patty Pies end up in Walmart? Do anybody know?
It's that guy that was on Facebook. He was singing about his patty pies.
Some way, some say, form another. She did a video and it went viral. And then she went and got with the people who are #1 in sales. Made a deal. Patty Pie sitting in Walmart. As soon as you walk in the front door, pies right there in the front. All right. So now, what's the reason why I brought that up? Patti LaBelle used to deliver a service for people. What was it? She was singing, and she sung and she got paid, but now she made a shift. So here's the thing, y'all. When you're talking about sales, before we get to that, let's deal with this product. What's the difference with the service versus a product? She was in service, but then she created a product. What's the difference?
Product is tangible. Store it. You don't have to necessarily store it. A product is tangible.
Anybody else?
Service needs to move.
Product can be mass produced,
Okay, what's the difference?
and a service.
This is good. This is real good. So here's the thing. A service is basically selling time, still trading time, because after you sell the service, you then have to what? You got to fulfill it. So you still got to put time in, right? Now, I love this one because with products, you all, you just have to do a little work, and then you let that work continue to work for you while you stop working. I'm going to say that again. I used to do services, but then I learned how to do a product and let the product work. So watch this. Your average person, man, I showed y'all this. They work today, they work tomorrow, they work the next day, they work the next day, they work the next day, and then they get paid. Then they work. Then they get paid. 6-figure millionaire entrepreneurs work today. Get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. Ratio 1-7. My products still work. I still get dividend checks from Amazon when people buy my books online. It's a beautiful thing when you get a check cut from Amazon, boy, come straight to your thing on. Your piece. Why? Because I said, you know what? Service, a lot of work, very emotional, time consuming. Product, I'm sleep. Wake up, check the bank account. Cha-ching! Y'all hear what I'm talking about? So now, if you want to scale and get rapid results, what should we be focusing on? Y'all ready to work? What's the product? Now, we're going to enter into a next segment that I love to do, and that's called brainstorming. Once again, YouTube, I'm still with you all. You can hear my voice, but I got to address the room. So I'll be back. Product. Let's brainstorm. What's the product? What is something that you can spend a day working on and then turn around and sell it and make residual income, passive income? What's the product? Oh, a book. How many books do I have? Well, 7, 8 now, right? 8, 9, isn't it? Now imagine each one producing and selling. Not all of them here, not me out with you, but at least 5 is. So that means I got 5 streams of income of 5 different pieces of intellectual property, and they all flowing into what? One account. Mine. Did y'all hear that? Now, you start off with one book. We can help you write a book. Do you got a program for that? Of course. But of course. Now, what's another product? Book is one. You can write a book. They don't even have to be a regular tangible book. They could be an ebook now. People digital. What is? Come on. Of course. Monetize program. Of course. You all are in one right now. Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
Are y'all enjoying the 5 minutes? Did y'all do y'all 5 minutes? Y'all resting on the weekend. I got to start off. Hey, are y'all enjoying the 5 minute a day? Challenge you, making you think, making you become aware of some things. That's what it's designed to do. Most importantly, that 5 minutes a day, it's going to change your life. If you do it every week, let's say you say, I'm going to do a 60-day blitz, and you do that 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, rest 2, and do it five more days a week. It's going to keep you on a frequency. It's written to get you, to a frequency. Why? Because we realize when people come around me and Lady Favors, their energy is high. Their energy is up. Why? Because we allowed them to come into our energy sphere. Do y'all hear what I'm trying to tell y'all? So when you got positive energy, people want to be around that all the time. But me and Favor say, well, how can we help them get around this energy all the time? Let's write a program and show them what we do. You get to that place, you get to that energy, you start tagging us, you start posting it. Next thing you know, we know you're actually doing the work because you're actually tagging us and posting. Next thing you know, things start to change. How do we know? Because your conversation starts to change. Why? You talking, who was that asking for us to pray for some creative stuff going on? That's how you do it. It's all in the process. That's why we put the club together, to give you access to this type of information so you can continue to vibrate on the frequency of success. Then you will realize through the law of attraction, I'm going off, but I'm gonna say this. I tell you all the time, I don't have to go looking for deals. They come to me. Why? Because I attract them to me. We manifest, and it's so easy at this point because I can say, hey, we need to do this. I want to do this. I used to tell Favor, hey, we need to raise this week, and we come and do it. So like, man, you something else. I said, wow, I didn't even know what I was doing back then. But I call it unconscious competence. You're doing something, but you don't know how you're doing it. So when I start paying attention, how am I manifesting like this? How am I getting stuff to come to me and people saying good ground and all this? It was the frequency. I started hanging around people who was talking what I wanted to talk about. Business. Happened. Somebody came and sat at the table today. I need to be around business. Y'all talking business over there. That's what we do. Did y'all catch that? Give me another product. We got a book, we got a program. What's another product? Some type of dream or something, you know, it's a product. Has anybody ever heard of a widget? What's a widget?
It's like a little app Within a app.
Bless your heart.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I got you, but in context, you better not pull out no thing, start doing this while I'm teaching. What is it?
Within an app, it makes it easier for you to access a specific thing within an app.
So what have you got with a team that created widgets? You created an app. Y'all got some great ideas. What happened if you created an app? This guy, Elon Musk, anybody ever heard of him? Bought Twitter. Y'all know what they're trying to make Twitter? It's a new app that's over in abroad, I think in Japan or China. That's a app that they got everything centralized in one big app. It's called a WeChat. And he's trying to turn Twitter into it. So that means you can order food, get your Uber, go to sleep, work your house, everything from there. Boop, 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 boop. Well, give me another product. What about an online store? Some of you all got these ideas. Make some designer apparel. All it takes is for one person to see it. Make some designer stuff. A designer t-shirt. I got hair care on here, saying. I also got skin care on here. These are all different types of products. Now, once again, when you start getting into skin cares and products and stuff like that, you got to make them, then you got to house them, then you got to get into distributions and stuff like that. That is a whole ecosystem in and of itself. I.e., that's why we do Amazon, Walmart stores online. You can do your own. You can go to eBay, you can do a Shopify. But for me, I don't have the time or bandwidth to do the legwork. I used to do that with my books at first. Somebody buys, send me the money, and I go sign them and then go all the way down to the mailbox. Man, folk had me in the mailbox every other day. I said, this ain't where it's at. No. So I ended up doing a deal. I had a deal with TBN too, book deal. Anyway, I end up doing that and letting them get some dollars and letting them take a certain percentage, right? Because at first I wanted all of it. But if I got a book for $15 and Amazon take $2.80 a book, I'm still clearing $11, $12, $13. I take them odds any day, you all. Can y'all see the mindset now? It's the shift. You got to scale it, right? So we got to start thinking about products versus a service. Now, once you have your product, y'all got your product together, brainstorm on that product, really get it out there, you know? And like I say, if you really do it the right way, then you find a way to put your store and get into it to house your stuff. Now, me personally, at this point, I would easily set up an eBay. It's called Dropship. Anybody ever heard of Dropship? You can set it up and go ahead and have your own website, and they hold. So one of the stores me and Favors got, we got a store. They house our product for us, and when people click the button, they ship it to them. We don't touch it. All this is happening while we sleep. This automation. Now the problem is this. I ain't gonna tell you. It's time consuming trying to learn how to drop ship and do this yourself. If you got the bandwidth to do it, you got the time to do it, then do it. We was thinking about it, we entered into it, but it was so many moving parts. Man, I got, you know what, I had to T3 do all this, had to do it. It got so overwhelming. I said, nah, this ain't it. But now you got people you can pay to do it for you. It's gonna cost a little money, but you can pay them. And they'll set up the store, do everything for you. Boom, there it is. Whoop, there it is. All right, any questions so far? Okay, now, you must connect with people, y'all. There is no way around it. As we brainstorm and we continue to have these type of sessions, especially those of you who are in the club, you're going to hear me say you have to connect with people. There's no way to be an entrepreneur and not connect with people. Let me restate that. There's no way to be a starting, emerging entrepreneur and don't connect with people. Because see, once you get yourself to a certain place and you scale, you can hire someone to go and do, which is what I got on the board back here. And I'm gonna show you this in just a moment. And then we'll open up the Q&A session. If y'all don't have any questions, then we might be out here early. Now, I'm gonna need someone to also monitor Favors. If you can monitor YouTube as they type in questions in. And then here, I'll monitor the one in Zoom. So the screen, I'll monitor those. All right, so then once you connect with people, You find out what they need. That's when I say we gotta do some recon. Because there's nothing like putting your all into a product and it don't sell. Like for real. The very first book I did, I had to fire the publicist because they messed up the printing order and we had a release date. And she showed up with my book printed at Kinko's. Yeah, man. I'm back. I'm pre-selling books now. And this is what she showed us. She think this okay and think you finna get paid. No, you fired like, man, I was a boardroom, you fired. I could not believe that how unprofessional, but still wanted to get paid. So anyway, you gotta connect with people, find out what they need. I said, you have to connect with people. Why? Because you are the primary principal stake owner of your brand. Now, all these are skill sets that I'm saying. It takes a while, but all of you are of age where you can start and brand yourself if you do it the correct way. So you connect with people, you find out what they need, then find a way to create something that they will be willing to pay for. Meaning you exchange something for their value. If you give them value, under promise, over deliver, give them value. So what happens? Do you all know one of the main reasons why people go get a coach and a mentor and people will pay me to come in and do what I'm doing right now for you all for free? Is because I'm doing all the research. I'm putting it together in bites where they can handle it. And that's valuable to people. People will pay you to go do the research. You got big companies who hire individuals to come and do research, and they call it innovative department. If you want to be on the cutting edge, you got to have a team that's dedicated to nothing but innovation. What's next? What's coming? AI is coming, and it's here, matter of fact. Crypto technology, blockchain, it is here. They already put sanctions, the banks put sanctions on this. So if you think you're going to get around blockchain in a minute, your wallets is going to be wallets that can convert dollars and crypto coins. Okay. Now, we do this, you find your people, you do this. Now, how are we going to sell and get this word out? You have to find yourself where you are on the, I want to say, the stage of value and results. Where you are, where are you on the chart? Now, I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna take my time on this because this is very important for you all. Those of you online, hopefully you all can see this. Can y'all see this board behind me? I'm gonna pray that Santa Claus bring me one of those digital marketing boards. I want Sandy to bring me a digital marketing. Oh, Santa Claus. You think Santa Claus gonna bring me one? Santa Claus. Okay. Now, remember this. Remember this. Value equal results. Can y'all say that?
Value equals results.
Once again, it's not what you value. You run around here thinking, oh, they gonna love this, and don't nobody like this stuff. Oh, this tastes good to you. No, I'm serious. Oh, this is gonna be a great book, but you hadn't done any recon. It's not relevant. I'll never forget the book I wrote called Freedom. In 13, Favors had a brain tool, and it was how to overcome fear and worry. And it dropped right around the time the first recession hit. Went through the roof. Y'all hear what I'm talking about? I was going city to city doing book tours because folks were like, yo, you done wrote a book? How you manage that? Dude, I don't know. Actually, I do know. I'm good if it's something going on with me, but when it's something going on with her, I don't know how to handle that because that's Faith. Faith ain't hurt nobody. You know what I mean? So I got so stressed out, I began to just eat, just do crazy stuff. So, like, man, what do I do? God said, boy, sit down and write. So I began to take a look at my emotions. What am I dealing with? What am I going through? Fear, anxiety, worry. So the book was called Worry Fever at first. Terrible, right? Bad marketing. Had some bad colors on there, red, black, and orange. That in the book world that automatically says, stop, don't buy me. So we went and got with some people, got a publicist, got somebody who knew what they was doing. And subsequently, they taught me how to publish. That's how I learned how to self-publish my own books. I paid them the money. We put a color on it that was inviting. That's the book with them blue clouds and stuff like that. Went through the piece, okay? So now, what happened? I offered a value, and because the value was at a time where people in the world was going through things, the results I got were rapid and they were fast. Not to mention, it's really a good book. It is some good. I mean, I took my time and wrote that. It could have been my dissertation. I wrote that book. I really studied, wrote that book. So the result. So on the result tier, you all, I need y'all to understand this. When it comes to results, you got different stages and different levels. Now we're gonna break this down, and I want you all to understand this, okay? So here's the thing. The first level, in terms of getting to results, this is the key place where we want to get, right? We want to get up there. You want to be here. You want to be there, right? But you got to start down here. The first level of results is what I call value results, is valued works. Who are the workers? If you think about a Fortune 1000 company, Fortune 500 company, the first thing that happens when you get to the door, you got entry level. Who are they? They're the workers, the employees. No way around it, it's workers. They have a certain amount of value because they are carrying out something, right? The service, the good, whatever it is. That's right, King. They doing the service. So they get paid. Now, here's the problem, though. These people here, the value workers, y'all, they are the most or the least valued on the chart. They can be replaced. If you got a good system like McDonald's, they turnover rate with young people is so good that they don't need to hire nobody who know what they're doing, because they got a system that can train anybody as well as fire anybody. So it's that simple. They've managed to get it that simple. And so these are the ones who carry out. Now, the person who is in this place right here, they're happy to be here until a recession hits and they lose their job. Or until somebody comes in and underbid and say, we'll do it for cheaper, we'll do it for easier. Right? So then it's okay to start off here, but you don't want to stay here, because these are the people who doing, I'm not going to say grunt work, but in comparison to the context that is, because you're going to pull up in the parking lot and park your car, and the president going to pull up and park his car, and you're going to see a big difference. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So we have the valued workers. Now, that's no problem. They get results. You get a worker, you get results. You might get a bonus here and there. You might get a raise here and there. But at the end of the day, the problem with the workers is what? They're trading time for money. You're still a trader, but you're trading your time. The most valuable thing you have is time and your intellectual property. You're trading time for money. It's the worst way. Some guys will say you don't supposed to work for money. You do what you love, and you do something different. Now, that's to each his own. I'm not one of them guys who say your job is bad, you need to quit your job and go be an entrepreneur. No, it's hard to do an entrepreneur. It's not as easy as people make it to be, but it's not as hard, because once you get past the first, it's easy. But you're still trading time for money. That's why it's the least value, and it is the first thing that we start off with in terms of the value chart of success. That's what I call it, the value chart of success. That's called it. Value chart of success. See how I did that? I like that, don't you? Yeah. Now, what's next? The valued manager. Who are these people? What do managers do? They're a little step up. They're managers, but what do they do?
They make sure the workers get the results of happen.
Managers, they oversee the workers, employees. They got a scope of what's going on, right? So they're going to be valued just a little bit more, aren't they? They're going to know a little something else that the people don't know. One thing, though, that you have to understand is these managers, they also operate as, what's a good word, y'all? Huh? That I'm looking for something else, because they have an ability. Great managers can cause synergy. You see what I'm saying? They unify. There we go. They unify people. Yeah, exactly. The managers are the ones who keep the clogs rolling, y'all. because they got a vision from above and they know what's supposed to be happening. So when you get good managers around you, good team builders around, these are encouragers. These are the ones that's going to keep these disgruntled people still showing up to work every week. You got to have one of these key people, because over here, people go through stuff every day. And these people are prone to talk about them, while all the time disgruntled because they didn't do the work that these people did. They went to the course. They get in early and stay a little later. These managers are pivotal to any company, y'all. And so they're valued. Now, let me get this straight now. Let me tell you something. Workers here today, how much can your average employee work? 40 hours, and the average salary nowadays, the median salary household around here is what? About 35. And that's pushing it, honestly, because most, to be told, it's really a little low. It's really between 20, it's 20. Let me do this. It's really around about maybe anywhere between 22 to 26.
20 to 30,000.
For them pieces right there. Your managers get up here and they gonna work 45 to 60 hours a week, but they gonna get paid anywhere between 35 and 40. Right? That's just hourly wage. You get you a good one and you really get in, then you could probably stretch this to about 60, $5 grand a month. Good manager, but you're gonna work for it. Good manager at Waffle House, anybody call off, they gotta go. They always on call. You know how you do it, but they do it. A young man said he wanted to do it, he did that. Okay, now, and that's also regional, but the overall household median, if you go to our website, we put it up there according to the Barner Group, because we got to know the data, right? So that's what that is, and you manage it. You're going to oversee this, you're going to have connections. Now, the good thing between the managers, because the managers is a transitioning position. Once you get to that manager status, if you keep on grinding and keep on going, these individuals here choose from the manager to see they want to take a step up. Now, what is the next VC on this chart? Time is 6.2. Is your value communicators. Here's where it gets fun. Here's where it gets fun when you're talking about entrepreneurship. Your VC communicators, what do they do?
Get information and communicate information to people and people I'm talking to.
Somebody said it. This entry level, managerial level, this level here will be your CEO, president. Do you see the jump? These guys here gonna do anywhere between 80K, 120. And their hours are not every day like yours. That's when your salary, as long as you produce in your company or your team. Now, when it's crunch time, it's quarterly, and you got quarterly reports, you got to meet that quota. Then they set to call a meeting, but y'all gonna have a meeting somewhere in Barbados or something like that, depending on who you are. Because these communicators are talking to these next levels up here. But first, I want you to understand something. What does it take to become a CEO, president? How long do you think it takes to rise through a company to become that?
You got to create it.
Because you're going to start here and then you're going to get here. You start here and get here. Once again, you're doing work, you're doing study because you see these guys. You want to hang out with these guys, but these guys only call you when they got instructions to give you and then expect you to go do what we just told you to do. Go produce so I can keep getting what I got to get. But now, when I learn what's from you and keep on doing it, then this pool pulls from here. This is why you can be a manager in one company and apply for a president, or CEO, or something else, and you go get it. Seriously, think about that. Now, I'm painting this from a corporate America standpoint, but I'm going to take y'all somewhere when it comes to entrepreneurship. Why? Because these people, when you get here, the communicators, these people right here, you all, when it comes to entrepreneurship, because I'm going to do some up here. When it comes to entrepreneurship, if you're in entrepreneurship and you work in your own job, then this doubles. You now go to 40 to 45 because you're working all the process. That means you're getting paid from stuff that other people would do, so you're getting 3, 4, 5 checks. Are y'all hear me? when you get to hit a manager position, 30, 40 turns into 80, about 75, 80. Turn into 70, 80, because now you're starting to oversee and manage some stuff, which means you monetize. You got a couple of things going on that's making money for you because you got products that's moving. So you're a solopreneur, but you got 4, 5 things that you're doing. You may be a YouTuber, you may be an Instagram, you got you a $5 Discord, you got that going on, you producing content out here. Do y'all hear where I'm going with this? Got products, you sharing, you going online, you talking about the products, nobody can advertise like you. You go out there, you put energy into it, that's what you're doing. But when you get here, over an entrepreneur, let me tell you something. This is a sweet spot right here, because this 8 right here, it turns into $250,000 all the way up to $1 million. And in some cases, business. Who communicates and get paid for it? Come on, talk to me. News anchor. Who's a popular radio host that we love in the morning? Joyner. But who killing the game right now? Steve Harvey. What about your girl Oprah? She's a communicator. She had a talk show. You see what I'm saying? What about your movies? Your actors. All they doing is communicating the vision of somebody who wrote a script. Dog, this is good to me. All right? So you mean tell me if I sharpen my skills and become a communicator, I can add more value and get more results? Heck yeah. And then once you get up here to this level here, creators, the top VC, what they do. These guys here are the ones who operate in the skill set I told you all, higher faculties, imagination. They can sit and imagine things, put things together. They can see stuff other people can't, visionary, right? But they can imagine. So these guys sit here, be on the yacht somewhere having an epiphany. Oh, God, I wonder. They call their communicating buddies who got an ability to talk. Communicate the vision to the managers. They carry it out, put the systems in place, go get the workers, and all they doing up here is just chilling on the yacht somewhere. This is your Steve Jobs. Do y'all hear how I'm kicking this to y'all?
I just told my parents the other day.
Huh?
I just told her the other day, I said, for me, it was my intellectual property. I was using it, and somebody, the owners, they sitting on the beach somewhere drinking a Molotov, and I'm using my intellectual property. We just had this conversation.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The key is then how can you get here? Well, I'm giving you all the blueprint right now. You just got to get to, once again now, if you're here, that's you. Y'all see this?
Yes.
And your results is up here, which then becomes a what? Now you go back and do what I taught y'all and go back and revisit the faith and success conference when I told y'all how to get to goals. You got to get from this frequency to get up here. So that means you got to do this and start vibrating on the frequency up there. How you do? How you change the paradigm? Get you an essential mentor who can teach you about process of repetition. Y'all see that? So these people right here, these are the creators. Now, my definition of entrepreneurship is someone who can create something out of nothing for the betterment of other people. That was what my dissertation is all about. So in my mind, God is the biggest and greatest entrepreneur we know. The earth was void, said, let there be, and then put us smack dab in the middle of his creation and said, now take authority over all this. What? So that meant that means everything we need is already here. All we gotta do is go and get it, y'all. Now, once again, this is the hard stuff because people don't wanna think. They just wanna have it as if it's gonna magically, puff the magic dragon, just come to them. It takes hard work to get here. Now, the way you can play up here is way different though. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Once you get it together, you can play. And that's why we say 10K is the sweet spot. 20K is even better sweet spot nowadays. But 10K will get you there. Once you get that first 10K a month and you keep doing it consistently, think about that. You can produce 10K a month and your expenses. What's the key principles of money management?
always have.
So your expenses ought to be at best. I did a video, the 70-30 rule. How much should your expenses be? 49%, at least under 50%. And let me tell you something. 1% every day through compound interest will add up. That 1 penny, that $1 means something. Yeah. But you 50-50, then you breaking even. I get you. But the principle say save more and spend less. Save more than you spend. So anyway, if you do this, you all, and you operate in the process, when you then have these imaginary things, you have these ideas and stuff like that, you can then have the funds to access these people, because communicators don't come cheap. Do they? To hire a communicator, it's not cheap. It's not cheap, man. So that means you gotta work your way to it and get up here and have this type of vision. Now, every now and then, can you produce a way to come up here and get these type of rapid results? If you're willing to do the work, I'll tell you like this, you can. But what you all are looking at, you please understand that me and Favors just didn't start this. We've been at this for years. Slowly but surely picking it up, because I had a vision in my late 20s. And we got about 29, 30. So right around we got to Atlanta 14, 15 years ago, I had a vision that I was going to be at a place at this time. So we begin to learn, begin to go through this, put seeds in the ground, get with the right people. That's why I tell you, I spent more money on my personal growth and development than I did on my master's degree. And you're seeing it, the fruits of it now, right? Okay, so that is the presentation, ladies and gentlemen. That is the mindset of six-figure earners to entrepreneurs, you all. I mean, six-figure entrepreneurs to millionaire entrepreneurs. You got to think about the results. So the two major things I want you to understand that you got to master. Anybody can go get a job. You can go to day labor and get a labor job. That ain't impressive. You can do that. The manager piece, you starting to say something, because once you become a manager, that means you actually work towards something, right? But here's what you got to do. If you really want to excel and rapidly at entrepreneurship, you got to master two skills: communication and sales. Communication. The reason on this board, the communicators has the most value, because they selling the vision to the managers. Did y'all catch what I just said? They gonna sell the vision to the manager, and the manager gonna take it and run with it and go build the system, build the team, and get the employees to work that vision. All the while, the communicators and them up here, we good. Practice. That's why I told y'all we got to put you all through these public speaking courses. We got to get you all so that you can communicate and convey what you have. And it is a skill set. The art of persuasion, getting people to buy, that's a skill set. That's why I asked some of you all to go to this next class with us next week. It's starting. We're excited about it. All right, now we get to the point, y'all, where we open it up for Q&A about whatever you're doing, business, and however we can discuss to help you out. Once again, those of you all who are on if you're on YouTube, type in chat, your question in the chat. Let me check that. Nobody typing. Okay, good. Those on Zoom, you can type in the question if you want to. The room, y'all can just fire away any questions. Don't have to be on this material. Whatever question you got about the particular business or whatever that you in, entrepreneurial endeavor. If you got a question about some of the investments, while y'all writing that down, once again, if you're interested, the Success Club, if you go to MikeFavors.com and hit the Success Club, it's $21 a month, you all, and you have access to mindset, to success coaching like we do. We got monthly affirmations over there. We got books that we're sharing with you. You have access to really go on there and ask a question. Now, I don't know about you all, but when Pop introduced me to the first millionaire, well, I actually had access. I'm talking about a phone number where I can call, set up a meeting, go eat lunch with these people. Y'all, that alone made me vibrate on another frequency. Now, I've always had some cheddar, so I knew how to get that. My past, I had big money. I know what it feels like to have 50K cash right there. That's no problem for me. But to have access in a city and a town, y'all got to know Atlanta, Buckhead, them folk is bougie. You know y'all bougie. Sitting over there, drinking a macchiato, 2 twists on the top. Oh boy, no. Going to getting the frappuccinos from what the Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Questions, y'all. Come on. But anyway, $21 get you access, and then from that club is where we roll out some of the other programs and begin to introduce you and walk you and work you to the next level. Questions, y'all.
How do you, okay, like, in the beginning, what if like a person who don't really know what they're good at, you know, but they know they want to get to a certain place? Like, let's say that person want to get to the communication status. And
Okay, let me just do this, man. Ask a specific question adjacent to yourself. I don't mean this a hard way, but I don't have time to be asking random questions.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you all to a certain place. I don't need no what if scenarios, and neither do y'all. So is it for you?
Kinda, yeah.
Well, then make it personal, then we can go ahead and answer.
So, you know, I was not really the business type person.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get a person like myself from that level to going towards that? Like, if I want to be a communicator, let's say I ran into you or was hearing you talking, like, oh, I think I want to be a communicator, but I don't have, you know, the foundation, you know. So how would I like just start or know where to start? Because I don't have any skills.
So that's, y'all hear what he's saying? What is he asking, basically? No, he's asking about mentorship. You see, remember this equation. Sometimes in life, you don't know that you don't know until someone knows, tells you so. So you need a mentor in certain things that can teach you. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna just get out to you. The real, when you get into the 5 minutes a day, the first day is about awareness, right? That one day alone will increase your capacity for business 30%. 30%, man. You start paying attention and recognizing stuff that normal people is oblivious to. That's the cheat code. So now as a mentor, first thing I'm gonna tell you is we have to work on mindset. And of course, now we go into some of the programs that we have. But to answer your question flat out, to get there, it's very doable, and it wouldn't take as long as you think, because some of the things, when Bob Proctor calls them unconscious competence, we're doing things, just don't know how close we are. Because broke-minded people always want stuff for free. Poverty-minded people want stuff for free. And if I work all this time and do all this stuff and get my intellectual property and I value what I have, I cannot just give it away to you for free. And guess what? That don't hurt me. Because on the frequency where we are, the people who have the capacity and want this, remember I told you, people pay for what they want. So now if I communicate it in such a way to let you know it's that valuable, you're gonna come up with it. Yes, you will. And when you come up with it, you'll say, oh, is that all I had to do? Yeah. But if it was that easy, you would have figured it out yourself, wouldn't you? That's like Picasso. Picasso can come in here and write a Picasso or do a painting in 30 minutes. Oh, wow. And he said, I want $8,000. It only took you 30 minutes, but it took me 20 years to learn how to do it in 30 minutes. That's good, favors. So all the stuff we've been doing for 20 years, people expect me, I'm gonna tell y'all real talk. I have a home healthcare company. Did that answer your question? Mentorship. All right, here's a question coming in through chat. Have a home healthcare company that had to close because of COVID. And now I have the green light to open back up, but everything that I did to start is not working. It's not working. So how do I need to move now? Okay, now you get yourself back in the posture to go and do research. I'm gonna answer the next question in a second. So now you gotta go and do research, right? Because evolution has hit you. What you did 3, 4, 5 years ago to start before COVID, now we have to change it, right? So now you go peek off, watch this, baby. Find a coalition. Okay, let me give you an example for you would-be authors. Do you all know that I would have to go to bookstores or sit in bookstores and talk to authors and go watch and see how they did their book release so I can learn how to do one? So I can learn the language? That's what I mean by recon. You can't think that you just that virtuoso, you're gonna come on the scene and they already have a culture. And if you don't make yourself known to the culture and try to influence that culture can blackball you. and you never get any sales. That's just business. That's Scrooge McDuck. It's a monopoly. Guy with the funny mustache and the top hat. So anyway, go out there and do some recon. Go find you other individuals who's doing the same thing and say, hey, you want to be looking for Beavers post-COVID startups for home health care. Hey, what did I do? And then two, being afraid, we found 2 great books that are resources, man, that are awesome. And you might be able to glean from them. I'll make sure you get the topic title of that when we get to the house. And but yeah, that's what you have to do, because that's what we had to do. And if you remember, it was sometimes where I would even ask you about a few things, right? So we took it and then shifted it and pivoted is what it was, because we had to make it fit Jacksonville. Well, Jacksonville is a little different. It's already a retirement town. So you may have to go, I'll give you one point that comes to mind. Do you have a CNA? Okay, if you have that, then guess what? You may need to just go and solicit one client, high-end client though, for yourself. Do that, and that begins to open up another door to a community of high-end people. Then you monetize, go get some people to work for you, do the numbers crunch, and you already know what to do after that, right? My man. All right. Is the 5 minutes per day meditation rule awareness initiation found in the Success Club? Yes. So what it is you join the Success Club, and I'm working on this, but because, okay, let me let you in on a little cheat code. No, I can't do it. Sneaky. You trying to get this sneaky. No, here it is. We'll talk offline. I forgot I'm on YouTube, right? I'll be done did that. Next thing you know, everybody be over there hitting the cheat code. Ooh, we got a discount promo because folks like free stuff, but yeah, you join the Success Club and then you get access to all the things we have with discounts. I'll put it like that. Not you go pay full price, because the 5 minutes a day off the feedback, the price will be going up. It's going to be going up for sure because it's valuable. Yeah, is it valuable? It's definitely valuable, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear you. So wait a minute, go ahead. But yeah, I can't hear. That's going to be record the feedback. Just type it in the chat side. You know what? Call Lady Favor. You got number. You got access. Go ahead and call Favor. All right. So if you're interested, though, we'll get you set up. That's from where. Now, let me tell you the most important thing about the Success Club, the $21 piece. The $21 piece gets you access to the investments that we're doing with minimum access. So that means you can know about it. But if you want mentoring and coaching one-on-one or something like that, or one-to-many, then you're going to jump into some of the other programs to get higher up on the list. You see? So I got people who are regular employee workers, and they just want to be in the know, but they may not have the money yet, right? They see us with the silver and gold. I'll show you how to get that to come straight to your house, to your front door. And it's cheap right now. So the way we hedge against inflation and the market moving up and down, we stacking gold and silver. So when something happens, we can go cash that in. Somebody can try to come to the house and get it. Well, it's called a safety deposit box at the bank. You don't keep that stuff in the crib. Although it's okay. Denise, no, I got a good doormat to let you know what's happening over here. Any more questions? Any other questions?
Service versus product.
Service versus product, yes, sir.
How do you move from a service or take that service and turn it into a product?
How do you take a service and turn it into a product? That is a very poignant question. I love that, King. So give me an example, and I want to use your mind. Give me an example of a service that you may do. Transportation. Give me a little bit more.
Picking up children from one location and dropping them off from the school and taking them back.
Okay. I'm gonna write a book, how you can make da in 1 week from driving kids. First place you start, then you become an expert on that. Now watch this process. Write a book about how you generated $2,000 a week driving kids back and forth to school. Next thing you know, the book take off, people start doing it. Now you hit the next level. You're no longer driving people. You now talking about what you did with that 10K in the next investment to get you to the next level. Y'all see how this working? But you got to start somewhere. Then next thing you know, you hit you some YouTube videos or you connect with and get on the YouTube. We have some things like this and get other people in the room like we are now, right now. This is just beginning. And then next thing you know, you begin to scale up and you keep going. So that's why I say once you make your first 10, it's easy. It ain't hard making money. It's hard working for it. You're not supposed to work for money. Money is supposed to work for you. All you need is a creative idea. Now, somebody give me another example of a service you do that we can turn into a product.
Taxes, preparing taxes.
Tax courses,
No, we're preparing taxes.
you got that. What can you do with a tax course?
Let's turn the preparation service into a product, a course and product.
Yeah. So with that right there, tax, right? I think it's somebody else on here who's doing taxes. So what I would do with that is I would do me a nice little small, I thought you hit the ground, Lord have mercy. You get you a small, I would write a small ebook, right? Telling them some things to do. Give them something. Tell them you can do this. Most people ain't gonna want to do everything that you did to do it, right? So then that's gonna be your first offer. Then you stick them with an upsell. But if you want me to do it for you, I'll do it for you for either one, 200, And next thing you know, if you want to get a package and you commit to next year, I might take off 10%, 15%, something like that. But you set it high enough with 10, 15% brings you right in your comfort zone. You see, now you got to upsell. I don't want that. Then you hit a downsell. Now, the most important thing is who's going to do all this for you? You got time sitting in front of a computer with all these hits? This is when you get to now, you go and then you employ a manager. Who is your manager? An app. A platform. I got a platform that do all this for me called a funnel, an automation. That's my manager. VA Verb. Do y'all? I'm kicking some real good stuff now. You see? Now, you get access to this when you're in the club because you can ask these type of questions. That's why I tell you all the time. If you learn how to ask the right questions, it makes you a better communicator. Now, y'all sit here and let all this wealth of knowledge, or if you even at a conference or anywhere, don't take me to a conference with you and let me ask questions. I'm going to ask them questions. I'm going to ask them 100,000. Jay-Z said, I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. I'm going to ask them $1 million questions for $9.99 if I pay my money. Questions? Any more questions, y'all?
So I was thinking about doing like some mental health operations. So like help people operate in a hospital setting like they have problems.
Okay, so once again, do you have enough people in that field would seem to see that service as valuable? But once again now, consulting is still a service that once you get them to pay, you got to provide something. So it's not a product. The end game, you all, is to replace yourself and have your money replace you at work.
I was gonna take this from my wife. My wife came up with this idea and never TM'd it or anything. It's in mental health where it's a certain therapeutic thing that you do to help children and adults who self-harm. And it's easy for me to, now that I'm thinking about it, what we just learned, it would be easy for me to get on the video and then show everybody how to operate it, and then, get people to pay for the training.
As long as you automate the training, which we can show you how to do that. You can do your 7-8 video series, man, and post it up, and they go pay, get it, and they gone. I'm telling you, we're doing it right now. Right, I'm telling you, right now. And if you went through the first day, you should now be looking at the system by which you just paid into. How can I do that? The name is at the bottom of it. Oh, so that's where he hosted. Well, sugar ducky quack quack. Get your stuff together and do what you do. I don't have a patent on this stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
So a question about the, even the mental health, because mental health is big business. And in the arena that you're in, if you can even come up with an app that people can sign in, because if you look through your phone in the app store, they do have psychology and counseling and mental health apps that people can pay for and get help. That's something.
Yeah. First things first, let me tell you something, man. The quickest way to get to it is get your video together, get your stuff together. We can even help you with the program. And then go where?
Go,
I would stay away from the state first because they sometimes hit you with regulations. Are you certified this? You got that certificate, this. If it's good and you come up with the state and see if you can offer that type of consulting, because you do have to be degreed or certified. You got to have a credential to consult. But if you got that and you do all this, then you take it to the people whose field you in. Go find you a psychiatrist or a psychologist who's reputable. Go get a mentor. Y'all, there's no way around. See, the more and more you try to sidestep a mentor, it's almost like the digger you digging yourself into a hole because you in somebody else's field of expertise. Did y'all catch that? So when me and Favors want to do real estate, we went and got a real estate, went and got a mentor, paid the 10 grand. 10 grand came back 400 fold, isn't it? 750 worth of that. Questions? Any other questions, you all?
How do you find reputable coaching in your specific industry?
Okay, easy. There's a thing called Google. It's simple, y'all. You see now y'all vibrate, and you'll see you have already been doing this. It's just connecting the dots. So in my expertise, I'm going to Google. Number one, I'm gonna do recon and see how many other people doing what I'm doing. That way you're gonna know your what? Your competition. That's a part of your SWOT analysis in your business plan. So you got to know who doing what. Look at everything they doing and find out what's not being offered, and then go pose the question and see if there's value on it. We do it at the church. Hey, you new church coming over here? What would y'all want that church to do? What the other one's not doing, obviously. You see? So you Google it, look in your city, and then find who, you look at the numbers and see who's the top, see who's the most entry level. And that gives you what? A range. Now here go my trading mindset. That gives us a range. So we're going to trade and get with the ones in this range because I don't want to hook up with somebody who's been in business 5 years and only made $1,300. You can't mentor me, man. I'm sorry. But the one who's been here 5 years at the top of their game and they got multiple offices through the city, oh, we definitely want to go holler at them or one of their proteges. See, if I can't get to the one at the top, I'll get to the one he trained. He got you got to see, you got the communicator. I can deal with them. Shucks, I can even get with one of the managers. Because I know what I got. I know how hard I'll go in the paint. Tell me to read a book. Next time I see you, I'm going to talk about that book. Because I tell you all this all the time. Now take this to the bank. The communicators, most of the times, and the creators, they want to share their knowledge. But y'all please write this down. I'm about to drop a revelation on y'all. You cannot go to these wealthy millionaires and try to pitch them and ask for their money. They're not going to give you no money. But they'll give you an idea. They'll give you a book. They'll even let you pay them a couple of dollars for their time. But don't go pitch them asking for no money. Now they want to share what they did with you, not what they earned. It's not their place. The little sob story you got, you know how many times they done heard that? I told you, see how Red made him look. He made him little sound effects. But consider this, some of you all get hit with sob stories. Now think of how it is when people know that you're in this field and you got something going on. They're going to hit you with them sob stories. And for those who are affluent, who doing this type of stuff, we know what it is. You're going to automatically turn off. You're going to be thinking about, okay, how can I get him out of here? How can I get away from this? You're going to be looking for your exit right there on spot. I'm telling you, I've been in meetings where individuals came asking as if they wanted to have some counsel with me, only to pitch me to try to get some money. I done sat on my phone and text Favors call me, cut my ringer on. Bling, 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 bling. Oh, I'm so sorry. You see it, I can't make this up. I gotta go. What?
About how, as much money as he makes, will come to him, even family trying to pitch.
Yeah. It's a difference, man. Now, once again, this is just what I've learned. Okay. Now, if you're doing such a good job and you really increasing and going in your field, all you gotta do is put it out there and we'll find you. Hence, I don't have to go chasing deals. They come to me. All I do is share, communicate what it is we do. It helps somebody get their taxes. So now I got people say, hey, you can help me with my taxes? Yeah, I can actually. I actually can. And I didn't go to no piece over here. I didn't go through all this and all that. No knock to the people that did. But you got to understand, I did my work in other areas that influences where I am. Saudi, is everything all right? You can hear me? Okay. So you see, it balances out. So watch this. Just because I'm a manager in this company at Burger King, don't stop me from planning to be a manager at Jollibee. Manager is manager. You know systems. You know how to oversee. So if you took that company through a certain place, then you can go apply for a manager's position anywhere once you hit managerial level. That's why it's important to hit manager status. Because from there, you got access. All right, I got time for one more question, y'all. One more question about anything, business, whatever. Come on. Saudi, you getting in the club? Hey, man, I kind of thought it. Go to myfavorites.com and just hit the club. You'll see it. Probably already did it. Okay. If that's it, you all, then it is 7:16. We don't have to go all the way to 7:30. We've been at it for a little bit. My hope is that something was said, you all, that not only encouraged you, but that got you to thinking. Thinking what? Favors. Doc Favors. I want you to think about the fact that you can do this. Many of you are already doing this. It's just connecting a few dots. So if I could communicate and connect these few dots and encourage you, empower you to say, hey, if we can do it, you can do it. I'll go on record and say, my wife and I, we got about maybe 7, 8, add 2, 3 more. We got maybe 11, 12 of large and small streams of income coming to the house. Okay. And we're managing all this, but what we're learning is that it's more fun to manage it and have time than to actually be working in it and have no time trying to chase it. Right? Because the more you manage, the more your communication skills become sharper and better. Then you begin to teach it. Watch. You think you know your material now, wait till you sit down and actually write it out and think about it from the perspective of having to teach it to someone else. You get more keen into it. Now, I'm telling you, man, Sandy Gallagher, Bob Proctor, and mentor, they'll tell you, you really get mastery over something when you teach it over and over and over again. Is that good? You get mastery, y'all. So start thinking about whatever product you have, how you would communicate it, how you would teach it. For those of you who are going to go on to be content creators and become essential leaders or whatever, we got that for you. We're going to be rolling that out the first of the year. We don't want to mess with Thanksgiving and Christmas unless you tell me you're ready, and we can roll something out. But for right now, we're going to continue pushing the 5 minutes a day because we want to get your mindset on an altitude, on a frequency, that when we start saying it's go time, you like, bet, I've been waiting on it. I've been stacking. We got the cheddar. We got the program. And all we got to do is get ready to promote, push. And of course, you all, we got resources. I already found for some of you all. The platform we own now that's hosting, we already found one that has its own private community. Before we even get there, it has its own private community. It has a tab in the place in there where we can do one-on-one coaching sessions, where we can do upsells already in it, email automations, funnels, the whole 9, one-stop shop. We already have it. And even give you the capacity to drip your courses. So until they complete the first course, they got to go through the second one. And then it opens up a week later. That's what they call drip. We got it all. It's very fun doing what I do. Hey, y'all, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure. I appreciate you all coming out. I'm going to challenge you to share this video on YouTube. Those who want to go back and see the replay, you are on YouTube. Hey, you famous. So we want to thank you for showing your lovely faces for that. And as always, you all, hey, we're going to see you on the other side of success. Until next time, this is Doc Fave signing off. We'll see you soon. Peace.